You're loaded.
Wow, we got Kate the Great. She's in the queue. Fuck it, Tony's not here. Let's just bring Kate in.
Yeah,
I'm bringing her in.
Man, Tony refuses to be on camera with me, man.
He's all talk when you're off a camera.
I think he's sweet on you, so I think he like gets uncomfortable about it.
It happens all the time. I get it.
KTG, what's the studio situation look like? I know you've been kind of furious about your setup and stuff. How's that working out for you now?
Oh my god, I think it's finally rocking and rolling. I think I have a setup that's actually cooking. It's not doing what just happened to Tony to me constantly. So made some upgrades. My laptop was unfortunately cooked, but I got myself like one of the little mini PCs, and it's got some guts to it, man. I'm excited, but
nice.
You really are just trying to summon Tony guts. Coming here like a fucking wrecking ball.
Matt, how are you feeling, buddy?
Much better, Kate. Thank
Good.
you.
You're welcome.
Very, very gross weekend.
I'm sure you've got like the Eddie Kingston beer going on, though. I dig it.
I watched so much NWA WCW from 1990. Like
I don't doubt that.
An unhealthy amount.
It's like the Mark Henry beard. Like it's all black here, and then right in the center, it's like gray as shit.
The Jack Black beard.
It's always been doing that. This is not a new thing for me.
I know, but I guess it's just being pointed out more than usual today. And I'm just noticing like it's like a Foley thing, a Foley, a Mark Henry, a Dutch. It's all there.
What a Matt. It's a Matt. Yeah, that's why Tony said I look like Dutch Mantel before.
You gotta get the proper mustache if you're going Dutch Mantel, though.
I don't think I can pull off the Dutch Mantel mustache.
Does not feel like you at all. Does not feel like you at all.
Well, Kate, we have you here for Kate's Corner, which is our monthly segment with Kate at Miss Kate Fabe. If you know anything about what goes on in the wrestling community, your logo blocks your gimmick there.
It's all right.
Usually when Tony's here, he puts you in the middle and then we can see it. But if you know anything that's going on in the wrestling industry, the wrestling community, Kate's usually involved in some way, shape, or form. She's doing things at Fightful. She's doing things at the Mark Order podcast. And she's doing things with the Shining Wizards. And Kate, I thought what happened Saturday night and you coming on for this segment was perfect because myself, KJG, Brundo, Tony, we're a little older than you, right?
Yes.
So our guy, our superhero was Hulk Hogan. Now you're like a newer fan, which is not a bad thing. You're younger.
Oh, I got into it in 2009. So
if you look at Kate, you know, beauty, young. She looks much better than the three of us. John Cena was your Hulk Hogan, right? Maybe not for you, but for that generation, Cena was the guy.
Oh, big time. Like to the point where when I say like the pipe bomb is what kept me in wrestling, it's because the first 2 years I was watching it was John Cena. I loved heels. Like I immediately gravitated to bad guys and it would just be John Cena beating them every month. Build someone up, watch him beat them every month. But like undeniably, he was the guy that was the heart and soul of the company for that entire time. And I thought it was so cool that they had the balls to do what they did. Because I had convinced myself it was Punk going corporate. I like had completely worked myself into that. I was like, he won't get his WrestleMania main event otherwise. The punk rock guy selling out while like all the nerds on the internet are like, he's already a sellout because he went back. Like I had totally sold myself on that. All the history with The Rock and CM Punk. Like I was like, that's perfect. Because how else do you get Punk heel? And to me, Punk as a heel is where the money is for that guy. And I just thought there's no way in this guy's retirement run, especially that they're going to do that with John Cena with the amount of money that could be made off of merch and all the feel good moments you could deliver. I thought it was so cool and ballsy that they decided to take that route. And I feel like everybody was pretty surprised. Like, even if it was an option in your head, I think most people were like, it's a lesser likely option. And I thought the way it was executed was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think it was, something we'd always asked for, especially when we kind of got tired of the John Cena superhero thing. And just you think like they've been clearly promoting this is his last year. This is his fine. This is the last time you're seeing him in Toronto, his last WrestleMania. Them turning him heel was the furthest thing from my mind. And
Sure.
I don't know if I can speak for the rest of the Wizards here, but man, I did not see that coming.
I believe I brought it up, I think on the show last week, or if not the week before, that was a possibility. That's, you know, I like you, Matt, didn't see it coming, didn't think they would actually do it, but they did. And Kate, do you think his heel turn lasts the duration of his tour?
I think it probably ends with Cody talking him back to the right side of things. Like, I think the note that he goes out on is still that there's a good guy in there. But I think the majority of it is, and I think that's a really easy way to get back to like Cody winning in the Garden Survivor Series-ish time, and then you have Cena go out properly. If they do roll with like the heel note to go out on, I think he should vacate it. I think they should just have him vacate the title, give it to nobody, and then have Royal Rumble be for the title. And I think that would be so cool. But I just don't see John Cena going out as a heel. And I think, you know, before this, I think a lot of people thought Cena Cody will be like a looking into the mirror, almost passing of the torch thing of like the type of babyface that they are. And I think you can still kind of close things up on that note, and it'll be a nice way for him to end his career. But I love that they did it, because it's also the one thing we haven't seen him do since the Thugonomics era, right? Like I like that he gets to do it too. Like he's never gotten to do this before in the entire time that I've been watching, which is kind of insane when you think about it. So I'm looking forward to it, but I do think he ultimately goes out on like a happy note, and I think Cody probably gets him back.
What was your gut reaction in the moment? Like, what were you thinking in the moment when you saw it?
Oh, I was like, oh my God, holy shit. Like right at the moment, there were kind of like these little, when I watched it back, I was like, oh, there were all these little things you could see getting sewn throughout the night. Like he put in that STF on Punk like he's never put an STF on anyone. There was always like 6 inches between his arms and someone's head when he was locking that in. You could see some facial expression changes. He was out there with Cody without a mic, which I think is pretty telling, because it's not like John Cena yapping and I'm so proud of you, Cody, and blah, blah, blah. Like there were, when you go back and watch it, you can see little things that he was doing to kind of lead you there. But I was completely caught off guard, and I loved it. I thought it was really, really well done.
What was more concerning? Travis Scott just being there. Don't fucking know why. Or Cody dropping a hard fuck yourself. A hard fuck yourself.
He did. I'm to this day still confused about Travis Scott's role in all this.
And they shot it where he couldn't be in the frame. He was in the frame the whole time. The whole fucking time he's just standing there in the corner. And you're like, what the fuck is Travis Scott doing here?
He's vaping and he's drinking.
He couldn't give less of a shit as to this monumentous thing that was happening in the ring. He's trying to light his fucking blunt. He's waving his fucking hand around. He was trying to fucking pick Cody's head up, and The Rock just fucking Cena just pushed it back down. It's like he fucking served no purpose.
Well, he laid some shots in. He laid some stiff shots in, but I was like, him and The Rock are not co-promoting a movie or anything together, or another terrible rap song from The Rock. Like, it's about drive, it's about power shit. Like, I have no idea why Travis Scott is involved in this, other than the fact that he, of course, has like a tremendous amount of reach. But like, as cool as it was, him and Pat McAfee just like, I shut up, Pat McAfee on Cody said a swear. That's the most offensive thing and things that have been said. Like, let the moment breathe, dude. And then Travis Scott was just distracting as hell. Like,
I thought Travis Scott was a babyface anyway. What's he doing with these heels?
I don't know.
No, Travis Scott murders people. Didn't he get in trouble for like people dying at his show and he didn't give a shit?
No, he didn't he pay for them? I think he paid the restitution, I think.
Yeah, after
Jay too, like
what
months ago.
What?
Yeah, he came out. He was in the crowd smoking another blunt.
Yeah,
he came out with Jey Uso. That's why he was
yeeting, smoking that fatty, son.
That's right.
There you go.
So, Kate, is this John Cena heel turn? Do we think in 10 years we'll look back on it and it'll be as profound as the Hogan heel turn when he joined the NWO?
No.
I think.
Thanks, Kate.
Yeah.
Sorry, my internet sucks. I'm in and out.
I think because you had all the with Hogan, it was like the first time we saw that, right? So there's always more impact than the first time you saw that. Like Stone Cold's shooting on the company will probably, for most fans, have a bigger impact than CM Punk dropping the pipe bomb, except for people like me who had just seen that in real time for the first time. So I think fans who didn't experience Hulk Hogan, this will have the same impact for them. I think the fact that you had like not cross promotional, but multiple promotions involved with the NWO stuff will probably like make that the thing that cinches it and kind of ages better in that regard. But I think it's a damn close second. And I think for a whole other generation of fans that they haven't experienced something like this before. Like the amount of videos I saw of kids just distraught because they either loved Cena or loved Cody. I was like, this is the shit that you want, though. Like, it's so good.
So to me, and I'd like to get your opinion on this. To me, this can go one of two ways. It could go the Hulk Hogan, totally awesome Hollywood Hogan route, or it could go Stone Cold Steve Austin turning heel route, which absolutely bombed. And other than a couple funny segments with Kurt Angle and Vince McMahon and that stuff, other than that, it was arbitrarily like the worst like heel turn of all time, massive heel of that magnitude. So what do you think? Do you think that you have more faith in it going the way of Hollywood Hogan or of Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I think for Cena, it goes more Hollywood Hogan for a couple reasons. One, I think the right opponents are there for him. And two, I can't imagine John Cena hasn't thought about this for literally decades. So I'm sure there's like all of these things that he has in his head. I would be shocked if we don't get like Punk Cena at SummerSlam in Jersey. Like I think there's so many places that the table is appropriately set. And I think the fact that The Rock can have this like marionette aspect to it is really interesting. And I'm excited to hear what the justification is, because I think it should probably be, well, after I'm done with this shit, I'm fucking off to Hollywood. Why wouldn't I do everything that The Rock wanted me to do and said right now?
So according to all the experts, the people that were there, Austin pushed for this heel turn, right? Like he wanted it. With all your spoons in the porridge and all like the people that you may know, have you heard anything about Cena actually pushing for this, or is this a Triple H idea? Do you have any insight on that at all?
I don't have. The only thing I know is this wasn't like this hasn't been the plan since John Cena has announced his retirement tour or anything like that. It does not go that far back. Whatever people want to say, like the 1, 2, 3 thing, this was not always the plan for that. They did a great job engineering all of that into this. I do know that John Cena is, I think, viewed as someone that I think he gets to go out how he wants to go out. Like WWE says, you get to do whatever you want to do on your way out. So certainly if he didn't want to do this, I'm sure they would have been okay with a John Cena farewell tour where they make a ton of money and he's a babyface that rides off into the sunset. So my gut says there's probably some part of him that really wanted to do this and they found some great creative for it. But I haven't heard like anything definitive one way or the other.
And as I like to say, I think there's a lot of spoons in the porridge too. You're going to put The Rock and John Cena on one side, and then Cody's all by himself. No. What about exactly KJJ? What about Roman Reigns?
What about Roman? Where's he been?
What about
Punk
me?
is right there. I feel like it'd be a really fun way to hot shot Ricky Starks, but I don't think they're going to do that.
Punk's got to
Like,
deal
Cody
with that
needs friends.
cross-dresser Seth Rollins.
That fucking
fuck?
oven mitt.
Well,
What the
Seth,
fuck are you wearing?
he's an oven mitt.
No, he had like a fucking see-through, like something my wife wears out to like a fucking banquet dinner. He was fucking rocking it.
Okay,
Fucking
why
weirdo.
aren't you?
You don't want to see my nipples, Kate? Come on. Be real here.
I think you probably do get that triple threat for Mania, but I think as the story evolves, you start to see those alliances start to shape up and form again.
What triple threat?
I think Roman, Seth, Punk for Mania is probably the way you go.
Yeah, that's been what's been talked about for a while now.
They kind of set it up in
The Rumble, right?
Rumble.
Yeah.
But then it got kind of hairy there. But I
Yeah,
guess
then they-
the thing is, like, where does Logan Paul go? Because he's been the other guy around that. And I
No,
think AJ
AJ?
Styles.
he can go fuck himself.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
off a
absolutely
cliff.
can. Yeah, into the sun for all I give a fuck about. I'll say that when I was watching the Elimination Chamber match, I was like, I think
Eat a
CM Punk
shit.
really hates that guy. He was so happy when he eliminated him and gave him no offense. But I think it's probably AJ Styles, Logan Paul, or Logan Paul will be in some like insane IC title ladder match that they still won't call like the Razor Ramon ladder match for some reason. And then I get like the US title picture is what's weird right now, I feel like, more than anything, but they've got 7 weeks or whatever. So
LA
we'll see.
Knight, #1 contender.
Twice in a
Yeah.
row, in fact. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Well,
but I
okay.
think like I also really like Rhea and Bianca. I think you obviously know what your night 2 WrestleMania main event is. It'll be interesting to see what kind of shakes out into night 1.
I mean, it's a good look. The road to WrestleMania is beginning. It starts in 40 minutes if you're watching us live. And if you're listening to us in podcast form, it's already happened. So
Yeah.
strap in, kids. This is a great time to be a wrestling fan. Just be a fan.
Yes.
Enjoy it. Watch it. Have fun with it. Kate, you're great. As always, we love you on Kate's Corner. What do you got? I know you're always doing something, Kate. So what is on
Except I gave up the ROH faux show. So I'm very happy.
I bet you your mental health is way better.
I'm so excited to have my Thursday nights back. But yeah, I'm on
But Tony
Fightful
wants to
Select-
know what you're doing Thursday nights now. He's
Uh
free. You're free.
I'm-
You know what do you say?
I
You want a free Maccabea Mania shirt? Tony won't make you work too hard for it.
First of all, who wouldn't?
Me?
I mean, look at the design on these.
Awful.
Fucking amazing. Look at this shit.
Amazing.
They legit look like those 90s baseball shirts I would buy when the Yankees won the pennant where they try to get the entire team on them.
There's so much goodness on here. Crowbar had to sacrifice his arms for the picture.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll hang up and listen because I want to hear all about that. John Cena's heel turn, whatever.
Yeah.
Mania
Yeah.
is why the people are tuning in.
Yeah,
So-
we're burying the lead here, Kate. That's what we're doing.
But where are you going to be this week, Kate? Where can people find
Oh my
at Miss
goodness.
Kate Fave?
I'm on Fightful Select every Monday night reviewing Raw. I'll also be on there reviewing Revolution. I feel like both AEW and WWE are like in grooves right now, and it's been a while, so I'm excited for that. But Tuesdays, I am on Fightful main channel, as well as Fridays and Wednesdays. I'm at the Mark Order, and Thursdays I'm taking a fucking nap, and ROH can figure itself out for a while.
Kick rocks, Ring of Honor.
So bad. Ugh.
All right, Kate. Well, this is always a blast.
This is always a blast. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Now, Tony, will you wait for her to leave, or will you actually say something inappropriate about her?
I've got more important things to talk about than Kate's bits tonight. Sorry.
Really? I think this
There
was
is nothing more. I'm never coming back again.
This was Kate. Just in case you missed it. Did she leave?
She left, bro. That was her out.
Oh man.
Hey, it's
Player this
Brunto's
duty.
corner. Next that barrel-chested monster. Oh boy.